Taboo conversations, witty interpretations. Motivator on the hunt, ain't got a grudge. Street news is the tea. Vexxed, Uncensored, smoke the beat. Vexxed, Uncensored, smoke the beat. Vexxed, Uncensored, fuck the beat.
Welcome back to Vexxed Uncensored with me, Saint.
And me, Mo Vader.
And we're back again, guys. Back again.
Back again.
Back again. How dare you? Oh, gosh. Yeah, how you guys doing? How you doing, Mo?
Me, yeah.
It's been a minute.
It's been a minute or two. I was actually remarking recently that I can happily say I'm no longer sexually vexed.
Oh, sick.
Yeah, we're still vexed, you know. Gimmicks and it's in the title, so
Yeah.
But
Trademark. That's a good thing. That's, just, a leveling out of the, situations.
The ability to express emotions
Right.
via the organs and orifices of a chosen individual is already a silver lining.
People forget. Listen, the ladies is one thing, but people forget as a guy, you have to. It's gonna happen whether you like it or not.
Yeah,
it's good. That's where dreams are, guys. It's I don't know why, but it's got to get somewhere. So
and it's too much juice. I'm trying to remember what I was shouting earlier. And am I pitting it up?
Trust.
Yeah. And am I pitting it up? No.
No, it's good to have him, but just for me, mate, I'm not putting him in this world. You gotta be kidding me.
No, man, you need to exercise a bit of selfishness.
Come on now.
Be like, you know what? I've had to battle through this.
Yeah, everyone who has them is always complaining.
Yeah, I'm putting some through again, mate.
No one comes out gleaming. Everyone comes up fucked up in one way or another.
You know what I made peace with?
Yeah.
Even if all I can leave behind is a couple of grand, or
yes, something.
I'm lucky enough to have an active life policy when I go. Oh, I hope that the parenting and the influence that I've had towards my children, that windfall, they make it so the next 5-6 generations of children just don't have to think or learn the hard way.
Yes, yeah. Why not give them some sense of ease? That's what I mean. No, you don't want to spoil them or whatever, but at the same time, later on in life, especially, you just want to give them something, some helping hand, I'm sure. But yeah, life insurance, I don't have it, but yeah, everyone dies, so it is worth it. Get the payout, even if you've not got no one to leave nothing with, or whatever. It's equity. You can do something with it. I'll contribute my thing to the world and support a foundation or a project, charity, just whatever.
Please, just
get your monies.
Just don't leave it to your pets. Come on.
I mean, what the fuck am I about? I don't get that. These money-hungry humans are just going to lock your pet up. Mm-hmm. Do you know what I mean? And fucking, cash cow that shit.
The pet needed a 55-inch Samsung TV.
Cocoa melon on an evening. Oh, I've got something to say about that later.
What, cocoa melon?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, no.
Yeah, fucking up the children.
Not Cocoa.
Cocoa.
Crazy for them Cocoa Pops.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm going to dive in.
Let's get into the topics.
Let's get into it.
Now for the hottest topics.
Sir? Okay, so dozens of arrests made in a crackdown of gangs exploiting the Irish border.
Ooh, not the Irish border.
Not the Irish. Listen, don't even start fucking around with the Irish.
Mm-mm.
Do not.
Ain't you learned?
Do not. And this is whether it's British gangs, Irish gangs, whatever. Ireland, the Republic of Ireland, has a structure.
Yes.
Respect the structure.
What happened back in the day?
Yeah.
That was one of the biggest motherfucking terror situations and with a gang, essentially a gang. The country was whoa, how do we deal with this?
Look what happened to Jackie Chan.
What happened to Jackie?
What?
What happened to Jackie?
You didn't know?
No, what?
There was there was a movie, right? Jackie Chan's daughter goes into this plush little boutique and gets blown up. It's a movie. It's a movie. It's a movie.
Phew, I was thinking, no, Jackie.
Jackie, who am I? Oh wait, that's Jet Li.
Jet Li, yeah.
That's Jet Li.
Yes, God bless Jet Li too.
Yeah. I don't want... Let's I'm going to try and stay focused.
Right.
I'm going to try and stay focused.
ADHD.
Yeah. Apologies, everyone. The Jackie Chan reference is actually a joke. I'm taking the piss.
Right. Okay.
But
Thank God.
respectfully, the organisations of the...
I went Chow Yun Fat, sorry. I don't know why. I don't know why I started. God damn it.
We've got to get the key up. Yeah, the organisations of the Republic of Ireland.
Yeah.
And, of course, the autonomous and respectful, Republic government of Ireland.
Yes.
Are not to be played with.
It's a situation where it's like, listen, some nations, as they were once called, and peoples, are mightier than others. Do you know what I mean? They really had the gumption, if you will. They can give you a problem if you ask for it. Like I said, the UK was toppled back by that certain organisation.
Yeah.
No bombing and shrapnel. Listen, they did not play.
Hot pockets.
I've never seen England shook like that.
not the hot pockets you go looking for on a Friday or Saturday night. The hot pockets that, on a Sunday night or Monday morning, you really have to, make a lifestyle adjustment.
I really want to try how the Irish do like a big, why there's a giant feather, like native statue in like the middle of Dublin or whatever. It's because in the famine, the natives gave them money and resources. Native Americans did. Yeah, and they've got a relationship to this day with tribes, and it's wild. Yeah.
That's impressive.
And I'm thinking, I wonder if they just they must have mixed. I don't know. How was that relationship born? How, that always conjured me. I should look into that more now I think of it. But yeah, that's a historical fact. When England, the Queen of England was like, no, starve bitch, or, the monarchy were like, starve.
Excuse me,
the Native Americans.
My queen? Elizabeth, my queen?
I think it might have also been African nations or Chinese also helped him out too.
Yeah. Are we talking about this, the three-lettered party, or
it wouldn't be
party before?
It didn't exist back then, CCP.
I buy everything.
Made in China stamps on everything.
Hurry up and buy it.
We touch you buy, bitch.
Oh shit.
But yeah, the gangs, I don't know what gangs, I'm not even
organizations.
Because I ain't about those specific gangs now.
My blood pressure's going up. Organizations.
Independent foundations,
Yes, trusts.
But I guess they said gangs. I guess they weren't talk about maybe Irish gangs, but yeah, them gangs need to watch out for the Irish them, because they'll move you out. They're one way or another.
Conflict resolution.
Yeah.
They will resolve the conflict.
And they've got quite a small region to govern, so they've got more resources for the Republic as to, well, no, actually.
So when I don't actually know much.
My Irish blood on that side is Cork, from Cork, which is south, all the way south. Like, I've never been there, don't know really much about it, But the name is Murphy, which is the biggest name. Yeah. That's my Irish. Well, that and Arnold, which is another thing, but yeah, Murphy. So apparently that's like Smith.
Oh,
but no, they're all related. The Murphy clan are a clan. They're a historical clan, and they're all related one way or another. Mad, isn't it?
Oh dear.
Murphy.
Do you know what? I had a teacher in secondary school by the name Miss Murphy.
Okay. And people are like, but there's black people called Murphy. It's like, bitch, yes.
Of course.
Do the math.
Juan rap. Vive la question.
All it takes is one patriarch with the name Murphy or carry on for generations, if all the women, all the women don't, what is it, if they have more boys than women?
Yeah.
So yeah. Well, it exists either way, wouldn't it? So yeah.
Yeah.
Marriage, really.
Isn't it usually the boys, I don't know,
only because I'm thinking the women lose their names when they get married.
Well, that's by marriage, isn't it?
Yeah.
But the boys carry the name on.
But I guess even if you're not married, the father's name, traditionally, if they're together, goes on a birth certificate anyway, so.
Yeah. Well.
Well.
You'd be surprised how many ain't got the goddamn
and how many if you lie, put the wrong name down. Or intentionally put the wrong name down.
No.
Yeah, innit? Well, he got more money. He ain't his baby. But, the X is the X. Let's just trap the other one.
Oh, he a sucker.
He a sucker. Sucker now. God damn.
Oh.
Right. Next topic is Bitcoin bros want to crowdfund a new country.
Excuse me, on what land?
Well, that's what I was saying. I was like, where? Because aren't we overpopulated and aren't we, ain't there no space for shit? And
In truth, though, there's pockets. There's pockets of land in the US that you could buy.
Isn't it?
Yeah, you could buy somewhere.
I saw a couple recently just bought an island in Norway for 30 grand. And I said, excuse me, instead of buying a house, basically. And they said, we can't believe this is us. And they literally went there and started with a tent. And they built a pagoda thing. And then mate, that's perfect. Then get your house and fucking hell, I'd get security, first of all. At least one guard, who is, armed, and you can plead that it's an island and it's a this and that, and you'll get it. Private scale, there's ways. But I'm like, oh wow, you don't think of that. But yeah, Norway has so many Polynesia and so on, islands everywhere.
Well, so. before they know it, they'll be forced into North Korean trade deals, trade style deals.
Amazon hub, have an Amazon hub on our island, join them to the mainland, there's ways. But yeah, so a group of Bitcoin enthusiasts, I don't know who these guys are, Bitcoin bros. I'm guessing they're popular in that field. So they're proposing this new nation, which will be entirely funded through crowd sources. And the idea is to construct a floating, self-governing country in international waters using artificial islands to house the citizens. So they want to Dubai it up, I guess.
That's a scam.
Yeah, they obviously want a society free of traditional, government control, backed by blockchain, blockchain technology. And it's that kind of utopia, let's try to do this right, guys, like a utopia.
Don't fall for it.
No one ain't gonna let you do that.
No. Don't fall for it.
Unless you're Epstein.
I've heard. Oh, exactly. And I've literally heard.
So what was that nation going to be called? Terramar. He was going to build a fucking nation of all clones. This is not a conspiracy. This is real. Next episode, I can give you the fucking facts, the proof. Ghislaine has a thing that she was promoting. It's like save the animals, save the ocean animal type thing. But it wasn't. They were giving people passports. We're going to give you a digital passport to Terramar, which will one day be a physical place. And it was weird. It was this whole, scheme. But yeah, they were gonna put his DNA into IVF children and populate it. He's sick, fucking sick. And this is real. Mad, isn't it? And they were letting him do it. So,
well, of course, do you know what? As long as you can finance something,
yeah.
Let's not forget that
cash is king.
Yeah, I don't know whether I should say it or not. But...
Well, not to the Bitcoin bros. It's a cash now.
Yeah,
crypto only.
Okay, the Bitcoin bros and that whole arrangement.
Yeah,
it's a scam. It's an idea that people and investors are going to buy into.
It's a theme park.
Yeah, and look how Fire Festival went. Look at one of those two Paul brothers, the one that didn't fall off.
Yeah,
has just been ripping and running.
Yeah,
different scam coins, different.
Yeah,
pump and dumps, and now we're supposed to believe you're going to found a nation somewhere that is not going to accept conventional...
Yeah, not be attached to anyone.
Yeah, that's insane.
Yeah. The way I see it is obviously nations are nations and they've got, appointment, whether they're corrupt or not, or whether you think they're illegitimate or not. I feel like God places those people in place for a reason and it's really up to them. That is biblical too, but, it's scripture-wise, but it's really up to them, the choices they make. And whether, I believe he says he gives instruction, in one way or another, for them to do the right thing. But, who asked you to start this nation? You can't just take it upon yourself. You don't have the gumption. You don't have the, what it takes. God hasn't put that in you. Do you know what I mean, as far as I'm concerned?
You may be many things, but you're not the Irish.
But you're not the Irish.
Organisations.
But yeah, I doubt that's going to go,
What really bothers me is that with all of these key words that are used, it attracts a certain caliber, and the extremities of those calibers is those that truly believe in the cause,
right?
And the corruptors and defactors that should not be part of any society other than their own isolated society.
Keep it within the company. Don't fuck up everyone else's. Don't get everyone else involved.
Yeah, because the moment that you give an authority, entity, or an organization the operating platform to reflect the belief system of the leadership,
yes,
it's a problem.
Yeah.
It's a big problem.
Unless you're going to govern it by AI, which would be the experiment. That's what I would be going with. So we're going to run it, you know, like with the AI. Like in my book, Starlight, available on Amazon. You know, on Mars, in a sense, Marso, like it's run by an AI system called Berta. And it really is just, you know, completely programmed. And no one's ever compromised it to have the best interest for humans. Do you know what I mean? Just the best interest, no matter what. And it doesn't go into like, oh, we must depopulate because there's no resources. No, because it's making sure that everything is available and provided for. And then, you know, one of them things, you know, if it's a little tiny island, then just do a little fun experiment and just see if it's possible, you know, and if it goes wrong, it doesn't matter. It's only a tiny little thing. Just exodus the shit and, you know, turn it off.
One of the producers are getting lynched. 6 p.m.
Lashings. But yeah, I think AI, I don't think it's good or evil. I think it literally is what you make it. And once again, it's your decision, you know. Obviously, we know what world we're in, so it's realistic to know the way it's going to go. You know, still, at least the option's there. We know, you know.
I saw a clip of a Ukrainian drone drop a grenade onto a Russian soldier that was injured laying down.
Oh my God, that shouldn't be right either. That's a war crime.
The soldier, the grenade had a time delay. So when it was dropped, it wasn't an impact grenade. The Russian soldier threw the grenade far enough away that he survived and stared up at the drone. You could literally see the Death Star in there like...
Listen, don't play with the Russians either. Everyone knows that throughout history. So this Ukraine thing, that's why it's taking all these other countries to back Ukraine. Because they would be dust if it weren't for now. And Russians are, I'm telling you, they're holding back. Putin's been saying, like, we're still only trying to get what we think is ours. The rest of it, do what you know, you lot, just mind your business. But, mate, I swear they're holding back to this day, Russians. They're a hermit nation, essentially, aren't they? And they have so much resources, they're so rich, you know, and the population is so well organised and controlled, really. Like, because they're historical, they've never had a democracy. And, like, different nations have different ways of living, and it worked for them back then for 1,000 years or more. How much, like, it's going to work now.
Be very cautious about the 1,000-year references, please. Just
why? Because of the what they call like Anastasia. No, the what's their name? The most famous monarchy of Russia. What were they? Fuck. See, brain fart.
It wasn't the Soviets. It was the
Romanovs. There we go.
The
Romanovs. The mighty house of Romanov. You know what I mean?
Isn't that like one of the most common? I swear every Russian baddie was called Romanov.
Yeah. They're that iconic. Yeah. The Romanovs. With this Frasier episode, it was so funny, yeah? Because, like, finds this clock. And Frasier's obsessed with Antiques Roadshow. You know, it's pompous.
Of course.
You know, they're like, oh my God, you know, let's take this to get valued. And they tell them that's from the Romanov family. Like, are you know, and they're like, no. Oh, we're the Romanovs. So this whole thing happens, and a museum come and say it needs to go to a museum. And they basically did research to prove your family are thieves and whores that stole the item, you know, royalty.
But what's really the difference? It just confirms their ability to pillage and plunder. Cultural,
very true.
You know, a cultural characteristic.
Yeah, I'm also descended from thieves and whores, so that's facts. You know, facts. So yeah, the Romanov family and all of that, like, it's a dynasty, isn't it? So, like I said, Russia, don't play with them. And that's no, you know, one way to Ukrainians or whatever. You know, I really do believe if you've been separated, that's my opinion, that's your business. But what Russia decides on that part of the world, clearly they're the superpower. They're going to have their way. If it goes for the US, then it's the same for Russia. It really is. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. So
they had their agreements in place. The agreements have been breached. Wrong or right, the agreements were signed. They were agreements.
Yeah, same China coming for Taiwan, is it?
Yeah. Again, that's another thing the US devised out. But frankly...
But that would call the British should have to get involved in that one, and that's the real stickler there. Because that would be the first direct kind of, like, real motherfucking, like, Britain having to step up as number one in the fight for something. So it's like, that would be China versus the UK, and that's, like, not something I want to see whatsoever. But it's inevitable.
Spartan, what is your profession?
Samson! No, that's Korea, isn't it?
That's Korea.
Sorry guys, to my Asian brothers and sisters.
What is your profession? Aru, aru, aru. Okay, so Kim Porter's book published on Amazon.
Oh God!
So that's it, ladies and gentlemen.
The day has come.
The day has come.
So we might as well club this in with the Diddy apprehension. He's been apprehended.
What was that thing? You know the Disney, you know the movie, right? Where there's that guy and he's running through the streets and he goes and knocks on the cathedral and says, what does he say? Does he scream?
Do not remember what film that is, but yes, that is a core memory. 90s child, you know.
Yeah, did he? Oh, did he did it? Did he not do it? Did he?
Yeah, I mean, everyone's obviously been talking about this for a week. We're a little bit late. We're only a few days late, taking over 2 weeks. So now, guys, we're going to be twice a month and you're just going to have to get used to it because that's consistent. You'll be happy.
I don't know why you just said that. Though you're what you're fucking going to get and you're going to like it.
I'm trying to get us, consistently on air. Only for you guys, I could,
fuck
listeners,
fucking with no Vaseline.
We do our best. How about that? But yeah, as far as the diddler's concerned,
Diddler on the roof.
Diddler on the roof.
And I told you that we gonna stop.
And he's in one of the worst hold-ups in Brooklyn. Do you know what I mean? Like, notorious.
Is it Rikers Island?
No, it's not. It's actually out of my head what it is, but it's definitely not Rikers because he's not been sent to prison. He's in jail, but it's a really notorious like giant skyscraper type shit in the middle of New York, Brooklyn. And yeah, it's notorious for being understaffed. The wardens are notorious for having really bad issues and being really hard to the point where the only instruction to the staff is keep them locked up. They don't care if you're injured. They don't care if you've been raped. They don't care about any of those things. And it's just one of them situations where it's such a big jail and there's so many dangerous like MS-13, all sorts, because they're waiting all their cases and, it's just constant.
Metropolitan Detention Center in Brooklyn.
Yeah.
That was on Tuesday.
I've seen videos of people just getting juked up. There was no guards anywhere. Nowhere. Just in the open. Literally, like, I'm sitting here like, what is this?
My God, giving them
and I do believe prisoners should be treated fairly regardless. I do believe that. I've always believed that.
I don't. I don't. There's like 2 categories of prisoners that should not be treated well.
Yeah.
They shouldn't.
Yeah.
It's irreparable.
Yeah. I mean, because they're locked up anyway, and I think obviously if you're a danger to other like prisoners and stuff, I know like America, they have the death penalty and stuff, and I really only believe that if they're, psychiatry is concerned or psychologists have determined they're like so depraved that they can't be trusted around anyone ever. And to lock them up in literally a cell with nothing, like I said, unless you're going to give them AI for company to manage their lives and shit, like, they're not there yet. So it's a situation where it's like, you might as well just take them out. Mercy. That's it. So as far as I'm concerned, it's like, as far as prisoners are concerned, like even me, I'm instructed no matter what your enemies or whatever, even if you're in a situation and they're thirsty for water or something, you got to give it to them. You got to. That's what the Lord would do. He has done that and does do that. So it's like a situation where you got to go to a place where even if they're depraved and horrific and horrible and sick and you got to stand the sight of them, be on some level, like, if it was me, the fuck would I want? And that's it. Just on a human level, which is very difficult. I ain't mastered that. But yeah, it's like certain ones, they can go. And not everyone's going to agree with me, but...
There is such thing as irreparable convictions.
Yeah.
The irreparable convictions are irreparable. It's in the name.
Right.
It's in the name.
You've harmed children and stuff, even there, it says you might as well tie a brick around your neck and dash yourself in the sea. So it's like, come on, that is the worst thing you can ever do in life. And yeah, I do believe they should go.
Establish Brick Pier 2025.
You're going to put them all together and let them do it to each other. They're not even each other's type. How about this? Get me?
Oh my God, that's like a dark term.
Oh, did he? So we're on the Kim Porter book thing, so we got off. So yeah, Kim Porter's book has been released on Amazon, and it's been released by a friend of hers it was apparently kept on USB sticks, which confirms that stuff I heard like years ago, that it was being kept on USBs, and that she had copies of some of his stuff for like insurance.
Yeah.
So now in this book, there's so many revelations, things people didn't expect. So I always assumed she weren't innocent because her long-standing association with him, even when they weren't together. And I understand, like, you being afraid of someone and having children with them puts you in a very peculiar situation. But no, she said stuff like
Precarious
situation. She said basically she was part of all the freak offs. She admitted she could do things with him, obviously, that she couldn't do with the average straight guy. So she had her own little, you know, she said she was honest and said she wasn't innocent. I said she's a glutton for punishment, you know what I mean? This is a problem she has. And basically, yeah, she said one time, because they were together, she was afraid, really afraid, she wants to leave him. She found, like, his tapes, because she knew he was filming everything. She knew it. Yeah. But, like, she found his tapes and copied them, as many as she could. And one of them she describes, which is she was shocked to see, like, without her, how many young guys were involved in his stuff. And one notable one, she said, no names, don't blame her. But she said 2 artists who are managed by Diddy under Bad Boy and a 18-year-old pop star, male pop star, getting done out on this video. People are just going, Justin Bieber. Straight up, Justin Bieber. That's him. And she said, pop star. She's very specific. As she said, 2 hip-hop stars under his label. Not R&B, because people going, Usher, did not know. She knows her shit. She's been in music. Like, he met her because she was working for a record label. That's how Diddy met her, under Andre Harrell. Yeah. And it's like Justin Bieber, as far as I am concerned. And that means, like, obviously not only is he on tape, obviously, but the feds have these things. They have them now. They've said it. They've got them. He left the baby oil out. He didn't hide the tape. You know what I mean? VHSs and shit.
VHS, hold on. For it to be VHS, this is over 30. Like, over 30 years. For those...
A lifetime.
No, I'm sure our target audience will know what a VHS is. I don't need to explain.
I actually fucking hope so. We're not that far off. Give me strength. They still sell them.
Yeah.
I think that's weird when I know we're getting off topic again. Like, they're doing stuff like touring old buses through London, and it's like, I got on these buses when I was a kid. The ones with the open back in the pole, and you had to jump on it.
Yeah.
Like,
well, you weren't supposed to jump on it.
And there was you got your ticket, like, it was a Burger King ticket. You know what I mean? You just, what? So I'm like, bruv, that weren't even that long ago.
Wasn't?
I'm confused, right? And, like, things being put in museums, and, like, I went to a tech shop the other day, and a Pokemon Red now is £200. They'll buy it from you for £200. Like an original cartridge and all the shit. I'm like, excuse me? What? Where's mine? Obviously long gone. But I'm like, oh my God, like, all these things just from us being kids are valued at so high. You can't buy a Game Boy, a real Game Boy now. Back in the day, I think up to a few years ago, you just go on fucking eBay and get one for 20 quid. Now, they're like hundreds of pounds for a Game Boy. I'm like, we're not that far off.
Yeah, man. They manipulated the markets. Definitely manipulated, inflated it, and made sure that it will spike in value.
Yeah.
It's like diamonds. That's the whole...
I think they must be thirsting for good value stuff or something. I'm like, I thought you lot wanted all the new stuff.
It's
weird.
True. Right, next topic. Nicki Minaj responds to music executive on Twitter. Or, on X, formerly Twitter, but I refuse to. It's Twitter forever.
Yeah. I've never heard anyone say X, to be honest.
I've heard the passive-aggressive phrase, like, on X, formerly Twitter.
Formerly Twitter. Tell you, I used that. It was the dumbest decision of him to change the name.
Yeah.
But yeah, Steven Stout, who is a music executive very close to Jay-Z and Diddy. So Nicki Minaj responded, he did like a podcast, and he's like saying, oh, she's complaining about the Tidal deal from back in the day. But all them artists were like owners, remember?
Yeah.
Rihanna, Madonna, all that crap.
Yeah.
And they all got like 3% of the company, that's a lot.
It's true.
Apparently it was sold for like 280 million. And basically Nicki's saying she got a phone call, and she was expecting her part of all that, obviously. She got a phone call saying, so we didn't basically make anything on the deal, but we're going to pay you $1 million just for, obviously, to thank you for taking part. And she's like, what the fuck? Yeah. And this is Jay-Z. Yeah. And she calls her Deseret, which is Desiree, who is Rock Nation, head of Rock Nation and so on. And so she exposed that, and he's saying like, you didn't sign the paperwork you had millions sitting there, you could have took that and been happy. He don't like it when black people discourage other black people who have given like all that bollocks. Do you know what I mean? So she's gone on Twitter. What did she say? I've got some quotes here. All right. Yeah. So she said, obviously Deseret called her And she said she had to agree to this within 24 hours or the deal was off the table for the $1 million.
Really?
Yeah. She said she was offered fractions. She said, I decline the grace of God is sufficient. She said, I didn't need their hush money.
Yeah.
She said she also hinted that a documentary was blocked by Rock Nation because she was going to expose stuff about Meek Mill, who she obviously was with for a long time. And he's with Rock Nation. They helped him get out of jail, all that stuff.
Yeah.
She's saying, okay, so you want to talk about me and this deal, but you don't want to talk about your best mate, Diddy. For the 30-year-old T, she said, she called him an ugly alien, stout dick breath. She's funny, I gotta say. I don't like her. She said all they wanted was brunch and baby oil because of the Rock Nation brunch.
Yeah.
She said, she brings in her husband, here she goes. So you want the tea about a 15-year-old child who was railroaded, talking about her husband and his allegations.
Yeah.
But you don't want to obviously talk about the real stuff. She said, was you there with Ilya on set when Jay-Z had his, R. Kelly, whatever, or, was you there with Cassie when she was getting punched in the stomach at events in front of Neo and people like that? Yeah, it's come out. And she said she called him a Laffy Taffy alien. And she also brought up someone called Fatam got the juice. Apparently he did an interview and he shaded her. So she called him, she said the only thing I dodged in that interview was his breath because it stank of burgers and ketchup or something. She's a cunt. Oh. So she said it brought up Foxy Brown.
Yeah.
Obviously Kim Porter. She called him an ugly, bald-headed bowling ball bitch. And yeah,
bitch.
within the same week, she surpassed Jay-Z and become the 6th longest charting rapper of all time on Billboard Music. So, yeah, she retweeted that. So she's coming for Jay-Z directly now. And I'm like, bitch, be careful now.
That's not what you should be doing right now.
Yeah.
You should acknowledge and respect that you are still in the building phase. So
yeah, she ain't Jay-Z now. That's why she's complaining.
You don't get to just be that. Like at face value and at surface, there is the business decisions, there is the PR, there is the whole marketing team and things. But behind closed doors, goodness me, a business negotiation can be completely protected and under confidentiality, even if the whole conversation is corrupt and it's insider trading.
Yeah. Why didn't she sue them? This loyalty shit. They're nobody to you. Okay, they're associates or they're... Alright, maybe they were friends at one point. Okay, but if someone's robbed you out of fucking multiple millions, you promoted this shit, you put your name on it, she made her videos exclusive to the platform for a few years, like...
Well, she's got a crutch.
She probably just wanted to keep connections, because I feel like she maybe wanted to be with Rock Nation. I know she's had issues with them for a while, because her and Meg Stallion and all that shit, and they're propping up Meg, Rock Nation.
On paper, the deal's better than the previous ones.
Yeah.
And you do sign in to a deal from a label and you are the artiste, the face of it, the deal ain't great. So she would have definitely gotten a better deal with Tidal and possibly better protection, because a bigger label can just smother the claims of a smaller label. They can literally just be like, hi, you know what, consolidate is XYZ.
Yeah.
Work on your project.
I mean, you're right, because look what Rock Nation did to 300 Entertainment over the Meg Stallion thing. And Rock Nation ain't even a label. They're a management company.
Yeah.
So it's like, if they swallowed them up whole, tied them up in court, got her out, and, did what they're doing, then hello, like, what do you expect? But like, I just feel like, did he pay Madonna? I really don't think he would have stitched Madonna up, because she was part of that deal too. I reckon he paid her out. Did Rihanna get hers? Why ain't anyone else complaining? Rihanna still works for them. So it's like, I think they fucked her over. Yeah. And she's like, knows it. Mm-hmm. And she's just like, I'm not having it no more. Plus, you lot are in hiding because obvious reasons.
She has to hold it.
I think she knows more than she's saying, and that's why she's being bold. But obviously, her man is also an issue, I'm sure. He can cause a problem or two.
That's the crutch. Because,
people underestimate him, I'd say.
Yeah.
If he's doing them things 15, how old is he now? He's worse now, I'm sure. People don't usually get better.
They don't. It doesn't work like that.
And you do need to shut the fuck up, Nikki, because of 6ix9ine Association, because of your brother, and how you were trying to intimidate witnesses in that. How you tried to intimidate witnesses in Kenneth Petty business and all of that. You too have a peculiar association to abusers. And even with that Justin Bieber shit yourself, back in the day, there's videos of you behind the scenes flirting with him and being weird with him. Do you know what I mean? Everyone was, to be honest. And it is fucked up to see. But do you know what? Hey, I went, so when you're an attractive youth, that happens.
She made the boy sing,
Ugh, mate, can you imagine?
Because
he was like, I never got it. Like, he must. Why are you attracted to little, small people? Children, like, even when he got older, he still looked like a kid. He still kind of looks like one now. So it's like, you lot are peculiar, man. And I'm being polite. Polite as fuck. But yeah, let's move on to another topic. So, YouTube to play adverts over paused videos to make them harder to skip.
it was inevitable.
I never saw this coming.
I did.
It's mad.
I noticed recently on YouTube, you're now getting like 3 to 4 adverts.
Yeah.
In sections.
Yeah.
So instead of saying skip,
yeah,
it says next. So you get a countdown and it will go.
Whoa,
you can press next to the next video.
Shit.
Yeah. I don't know if maybe they're just doing it on TVs, but on my TV I've noticed I can get an advert and then after say 13, 15 seconds I can press next. After pressing next it will go to another advert. 54 seconds. Got to wait for that to finish and then it may say skip.
Yeah. I swear to God, it's gotten so bad to the point where, because when you're right, you think, hold on, I'm actually to the point where all I see, funny enough, like to me, is them annoying, scamming bastards. Like, do you want to join this free course? But like, all money, all crypto, all this, all scamming fucks. Do you know what I mean? Constantly. And I'm like, it's because Google don't check, like, really every ad. They don't really care what the content is. Especially when I was shocked at that when I got my certification. I was like, you can really, like, they teach you to manipulate. Like, they really actually do in the training. And it's like, hold on. You know what I mean? But people don't care because they make money. But it's like, what I don't like is you cannot be monetized yet. And they'll run ads on your videos. But you ain't monetized. It's public. It's, you're not there. It's not that type of account. Why are you making money off my shit? Especially because I'm an artist and we own like IP or whatever in this company. It's like, how fucking dare you be just taking, and it's terms and conditions, but making just money off of my shit. And then we got to get to however many watch hours, hundreds or whatever, to start earning money. And obviously monetized channels do get to pick like where they put ads. I could put 10 ads in a video if I was, had that. But I have Vivo through the label. So it's like I do get royalties for every time my music is played on YouTube because it's Vivo, which is a Sony company, and they pay me my royalties for that with all of because I own obviously the masters. So I'm covered, but I still don't like it.
It's the racketeering business model. It's the protection racket.
Yeah.
This is our platform. We do what we want on the platform. You will do as we say. Yeah. And you'll get it how we say.
Yeah, that is true. Yeah, post adverts. That's just like, what if you want to... I'm pausing this and someone got a phone call. Like, what the fuck? I've got to sit there and...
I realised I was manipulated and bullied into actually thinking and saying it, thinking and saying it to myself. It might be worth to just pay for the premium to not have to deal with the...
I can't. It's too expensive for me. Like, I don't like YouTube enough to pay £20 like, almost for a month. And like
$12.99.
Even that, $12.99 is fucking a lot. Like, Netflix at least do a version where you get a very small amount of adverts. I don't even notice them. You know what I mean? For a fucking $5. You can do that too, bitches. Like, they just don't want to. And it's like, fine. Because, again, the owner, whatever, it's fucking corrupt alphabet company.
Yeah.
Alright, no one else really, a Rumble and all this always gets seedy on them things to the point where people don't invest. Where the fuck is YouTube's real competitor?
YouTube doesn't have a competitor.
That's why Google's been split up. By the way, we ain't even talked about that. The fact they lost their court case and they're being split up.
Too powerful. Monopoly.
Way too powerful. They're proven that they've not only done that, they paid for that. All these companies like Apple, they paid for Apple to even collect. They paid all these companies. You can't do that. You can't buy your way into a monopoly. If you got there accidentally, that's one thing. It was intentional. And that's like massive crime, like conspiracy, fucking like.
That's a federal crime.
Terrible. I knew when they took out of their like company ethos to do good and no evil. It was in their company ethos in the beginning. They took that out. And that's when I was like, and they use the excuse of, well, it's morality and it's really, it's the belief system is based on that. We're a corporate company. And it's like, yeah, bitch. Yeah, you took all the humanity out. Yeah. I bet you fired all the good.
Exodus.
I've heard Google employees that had like, when they call in America, I'd like to do a wellness check.
Yeah.
All sorts of shit like that, like using the authorities to harass ex-employees. Like, fuck. You know?
Yeah, we've got to work.
But ChatGPT is fighting Google. They've gone, their search engine's basically defunct.
Really?
It's over for them. No one saw that coming. And now they're being split up. God said, you had your time.
What was that over? Why?
Because ChatGPT now can search Google. It couldn't before. It was closed. So now it can do whatever. And obviously Google's got Gemini, but it's nowhere near as good.
Yeah.
And ChatGPT are just updating all the time. So now they've got something on the way called Strawberry, which is their real cognitive. It thinks first and it spits it all out instead of thinking as it goes and trying to make the best of it as an AI. Now it's like human level, PhD level.
Yeah. Do you know what alarm bells started ringing in my head? When I will search a question and the Gemini answer with the emblem is right there.
Now, yeah.
Before anything else comes up.
Yeah, so that's what they're trying to do to save their bacon. Because, yeah, ChatGPT are advancing, you know what I mean? And can't blame them. If they've got the money and they're valued at $1 trillion, like, they're going to be valued at that soon. Because it's like fire. It's a cool fire. It's the best known invention by mankind other than the wheel, essentially.
Wow.
So yeah, that's that.
Yeah. And the last topic, haven't heard this name in a while. Rape accusations of Sage the Gemini and Chris Brown.
Oh no.
All right, Sage the Gemini is kind of like, fell off.
I wonder who would remember him, like the youngsters, honestly. I don't know what he does now. I've got no idea how he makes money. But that was a very small time, and then he kind of disappeared in the sense of like
Ty Dolla $ign took it from him.
Okay.
As you know, the red bone, light skin.
Because he was SoundCloud when he in the beginning, and from the Bay, it was that whole Bay thing, K-Lardy, Sage the Gemini, that little era, Chance the Rapper, and Yeah.
Yeah. I don't actually know
anything relevant about now.
No, it's not. Redbone was what, 2011?
Oh God.
And then Gas Pedal was
not a 15-year career. Do you know what I mean?
No.
Look at that. Yeah, so apparently, a girl has come out and she thanked Cassie first off to her honesty.
Yeah.
And honestly, power to her, because none of this would be happening unless she actually got that courage, which she attributes to her new marriage. Do you know what I mean? So, wow. And I always just keep it close to heart, because we shared the same. He didn't discover me, right? Leslie didn't discover me now, but we shared the same start initially, even though that didn't continue for me. I was always a bit like, whoa, you know what I mean? Like, the world is so small. But it's like, this girl was thanking her and saying, I can now speak about this. And she said, when I was 18, I got Ubered to Chris Brown's house for a party. And she said Sage the Gemini raped her. And Chris Brown raped her 16-year-old friend. And straight after it happened, Sage the Gemini got her to sign paperwork that said it was consensual. This paperwork that exists. First of all, that's, you can't, it's a crime, if someone is raped. And to have paperwork to confirm it's consensual is, strange. I know they exist for big celebrities because their PR insists on it.
Yeah.
But, that's really fucking, kind of self,
That's really worrying.
Snitching on yourself.
Yeah. Wouldn't you think, okay, so if I have this contract that I can get you to sign, why not just get you to sign it and then...
And you sign it first, wouldn't you? You wouldn't sign it after.
You wouldn't be oh, by the way, sign it. That's really cool.
And under oath, obviously, if she insists on she signed it after, it's going to say, well, that was a crime, and therefore, this is null and void. It's like NDAs. A lot of people, sadly, don't report crimes because they've signed NDAs. NDAs are invalid when there's a crime being committed. Don't, know your rights in it, because that's just common sense when you do know your rights. You can add up, maths calculations, X equals, Z, and you get whatever. Because you're hold on a minute, there's this a step being taken here that makes me feel as if I'm worthless or powerless. That in itself should kind of trigger. Let me look if there's a law against that. Let me see if anyone thought, hold on a minute. We can't have that going in our democratic nation. So, anyway. So she said she's not going to talk about the other girl because it's her business. When she said that, I thought, this girl must have a following or must be known or some shit. And if any other girl spoken out now or tweeted and said, thank you for doing that, because I honestly probably wouldn't have. And obviously that's for Chris Brown, but if you think about it, separate from the Rihanna stuff, again, we even said people should, not Rihanna, she has every right to hold it against him, but we should let him at some point do his thing, since all these Hollywood people get to do it. He has had consistent sexual assault claims that range back maybe every few years. The last was in France, isn't it? But they held him.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. What if they were all true? And that's when I'm like, yeah, he can go. Goodbye. Goodbye.
When there's a pattern, there's a pattern. You can't really go, why? You know, one big major scandal.
Yeah.
You sort of get...
Or one allegation.
Yeah.
Like 20 years, you know? Because you are notable, you are famous. Sage Gemini went and tweeted like a moron. Oh, well, she's only coming here to get a career made. You're not relevant. The fuck?
It's true.
No one knows who you even are. That's why the claims ain't as big. But because you were officially signed, if you are now or not, you've had songs with Chris Brown, you've been your friends. So, you know, newspapers have written about you. But as far as like online YouTube, no, it ain't caught fire yet for him. And he's nowhere near as big or whatever. They will imprison you, bitch.
They will.
Chris Brown's harder to get than you know?
Trust me, they've got Diddy. That stands for something.
Right.
They actually got Diddy.
Right. And Chris Brown does have enough clout behind him, despite we say he's blackballed in a sense. He clearly is still very relevant and has, you know, the right links and whatever, because he's been able to avoid all of these, insult the victims if they're victims, consistently discredit them, and successfully. So for me, if that's true, like, yeah, goodbye. Yeah. We're not going to have no one left.
There was no one really not in it anyway. They always fall off within 4 years. Yeah.
Yeah. And obviously people like might disappear for a while. But because I don't think it's in the topics, I am going to like obviously bring up the exodus, the mass exodus of executive CEOs or whatever of corporate entities across the planet. Since there's literally every day and more happening since Diddy was indicted and arrested. First off was Kevin Lyles the same day. Later that day, I saw he stepped down. Very shocking. He's like kind of very, I believe, just for me, like very notable, very legendary, and kind of like always in the stories. Like he's a part of so much for 20 years or more. And him stepping down made no sense to me. And I mean, like he owns 300. That was his imprint that he started once he left, you know, the big companies.
300 that had Megan Thee Stallion.
Yeah, and Electra. Like Electra, he was a big. So I was shocked at that. Anyway, so Laxman Narasimhan.
Yeah.
Okay. At the Starbucks. Goodbye. Dave Calhoun, executive of Boeing. Goodbye.
Really?
Bob Bakish. Okay. Major executive for Paramount Global. Goodbye. Stephen Scher of the company Hertz.
Yeah.
See you later. John Donahue of Nike.
Yeah.
Never to be seen again. Kaz Kobayashi of Warner Music Japan.
Yeah.
Sayonara. Randy Goodman of Sony Music Nashville.
Yeah.
Nope. Quit. Matteo Fanatochi of Campari. Goodbye. There, because come on, I'll be here all day. Like, gone. Goodbye.
How many was there? Like, in total, are we talking more than
20?
More than 20.
This is like, why is no one? Come on. Atlantic and all these companies, Warner, just out of nowhere. Massive layoffs. And I've been, you know, when they were all like saying, oh, we're not making money. I said, where's the money then? Because we're all getting fucked. They're lying. They've been building up to this. Like, they know a lot of people's in trouble. And they're going to fire all their artists and make no money? Like, I know Atlantic was struggling because Cardi B ain't put out an album in 7 years. They put a lot into her. She's drained that shit. Smart girl. No, honestly. Very smart. Don't fuck with these hood bitches. Because we're not stupid. You really underestimate them. Corporate America really does underestimate them. Because they know they're going to sell him. We'll give you a little... but it's like, yeah, man, she's smart. They, you know, she has to put one out now, I'm sure. She's got too much invested. But yeah, man, it's just shocking that what's happening. Mad.
What's the saying again? Fact is stranger than fiction.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is, yeah. Yeah, there's no explanation, to be honest, for that other than the global news of Diddy's indictment and so on. I just want to know what Clive Davis is doing, you know. What you, Sir Grange? What are you doing?
Yeah, it's true.
What you do? Where are you, sir? How, you know, let's keep an eye out on these things, because track the Jets, guys. Track the Jets. Track the Jets. Not the football team.
There's going to be a major conglomerate meeting somewhere in the Virgin Islands.
El Illuminati. El Illuminati. You know, you'll see a strange symbol being projected into the sky like a Death Eater. You know, they'll be gathering over hollows and cauldrons somewhere, and advising their scheme. Lucifer is still in control of this. No, this is a lot like across all industries. So morally, what's Hollywood going to do? What are we going to do? What's entertainment going to do? This is a big PR. Like, how they're going to cover this up? Because they're not going to change.
I think it's like a great reset. So whoever's lambs to the slaughter, are lambs to the slaughter.
Yeah.
Whoever survives it,
like the flood,
is going to just continue the traditions. It's going to be another 60, 70 years until some old bastard dies and someone's got the courage to come out and they say, well, look. And
they're still inviting people for the Diddy case. They want people to come for. They said this is an open investigation still, which is, again, strange. For them to essentially, like, do everything for deny him bail twice. He's in there until his trial next year or whatever. Grand jury trial and so on and blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, he's a flight risk. They went to arrest him and he was over the Caribbean somewhere.
But can they keep suicide watching someone for 7 months potentially?
Nope.
And he's in there now. That's been widely reported. He's been moved. He's on suicide watch.
No, they won't be able to maintain that. Won't happen.
Yeah, and people let that happen again. By the way, like if he goes dead, watch. People are gonna. They barely had it with Epstein. They barely had it, and the media really locked and stepped in on that. But they didn't really get one over. Everybody knows he didn't kill himself. So if this happens again, and the press conference and all these big newspapers, good on you, was like, so you failed to secure Epstein.
Yeah.
This is the same jurisdiction, and you got some of the same people working on this. What's the guarantee? Listen, we can just do, we had it back then and we have it now type thing. It's like, no, you didn't.
Mm-hmm.
So,
costs much to make someone commit.
No.
Especially not in jail.
No.
Oh, goodness me, out of their comfort zone.
And I don't know if I should bring up, because I really haven't seen notable things, but I've seen videos of that facility on the day. I've seen hallway footage showing guards leaving at a certain time. Black guards, by the way. Also, strange person being wheeled out in like a military uniform in a wheelchair and all sorts of stuff. I've seen it all. I've actually seen that with my own eyes. God knows. So where that was, it was during COVID.
Oh, was it?
Wasn't it? Because when it was around, yeah. So I don't know where those are at, but I'm not lying. I've seen them. So it's like, come on now, that's so blatant.
Yeah.
Blatonte.
Oh, it's true. It's not on.
Good to be on the right side of things.
It is. It is. There's a bit of comfort in it.
Yes, yeah.
Right, well, I'm guessing it's time to pay some bills.
Yes, we must.
And we will be back.
Step back in time into the thrilling world of the Brestle Ridge Gang. Join Max, Lorna, and Sammy on their adventure, being led by an old, mysterious map that could change everything. From hidden secrets to daring escapades, this tale will take you on a journey of unity, friendship, and the unexpected wonders of the Louisiana wilderness. The Brestle Ridge Gang and the Map of Kaisachi audiobook is available now on iTunes, Audible, and Amazon. Concept by St. Blades. Written by J.H. Rivers. Narrated by Jennifer M. Tobin for Vexxed Art Books.
This next commercial, presented by Planet Vexxed Music, is for Japanese audiences only. Thank you for your patience. エキサイティングなニュース。セイントが恥の日本語、英語 J-POP クラブミックス The Best Ones をレコーディングしました。これは新しい日本限定 EP Shining Moments に収録されています。CD ジュエルケースのフィジカルエディションは今週金曜日に公式ウェブサイトで先がリリースされます。デジタルエディションは2024年10月11日に日本の主要音楽購買店で配信予定です。最新情報をお見逃しなく。
Welcome back to Vexxed Uncensored with me, Mo Vader.
And me, Saint.
And we are now in the infamous Vexxed segment of the show.
Yes, that's right. As you know, if you're a long time listener, if you're brand new here, welcome to the madness.
Welcome indeed.
It's the slanderous, the insatiable, the problematic, the honest, and downright uncensored Vexxed moments.
I've only got one this week, really.
Have you?
Yeah. But it's quite a broad scope.
Okay, all right.
Scope. It's omissions.
Omissions.
Yes.
Yes.
It's the eloquent, elegant older sibling of lies, of lying. It's that purposeful and intentional withdrawal
of
significant fact.
Okay.
Now, this is where I have a higher disdain for admitters in comparison to liars.
Yeah.
Because I feel like a liar wants to paint a fairy tale or just wants to, wants that kind of regard or that validation. It's a desperate attempt.
Right.
Whereas admission is way more sophisticated and it's a calculated, it's like more of a calculated, maliced lie.
Admission, like basically, like for instance, in a court of law, if it's like under oath in a sense, if the opposition doesn't ask the right questions,
yes, that's right,
they're not going to bring it up themselves.
That's right.
Got you.
That's right. The slippery when wet.
Yes.
It's I can't. And hypocrisy here. I can stomach a liar.
Yes.
I can't stomach an admission, because an admission means you gave it processing power.
Mm-hmm.
Like you gave it some thought as to how much of the truth should I tell?
Yes.
To still garner the beneficial outcome or support of the masses.
Right.
Yeah, that's a nice. Well, let me not say a nice.
Way putting it.
Yeah, that's it. That's like
most criminals they omit by creed. There's more of a incorporation. Yeah. Well, I guess there's a level. You're talking about extreme version of it, because I guess everybody does it in a sense.
Yeah.
You omit the drug use at your workplace, or you know what I mean. You omit, I don't know, something embarrassing. Or, I don't know.
100%.
Yeah.
100%. But at least an outright fucking liar is an outright fucking liar.
See, if someone lies to me, that bothers me more, I'd say. Because if you lie to me, then if I don't know it, it's like ignorance is bliss, honestly. It's like, who cares? Yeah. But if I'm sitting there like, hold on, a minute. You know what I mean? Am I beautiful? And I don't know. I guess they're both family, aren't they? It's cousins, like you said. It's of the same ballpark, the same house training.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe for me, I can get over a lie in that it isn't true. And there's a certain desperation behind the liar that someone who admits the truth does not have.
Yes.
Like they be a dumb fuck and admit the truth.
Mm-hmm.
Like a dumb fuck has to lie. Whereas someone with a bit of brain power that knew better is admitting to save face.
Yeah.
That's where I've got that. Ooh.
Yeah, because with omission, it's hard to investigate. With a lie, you can disprove a lie.
Yeah.
But with omission, you can't really investigate. It's not even on the table.
It's not.
You have to make up a hypothesis. Yeah. And you've got to try and work that out based on nothing. It's just maybe a gut feeling or, just intuition or just thinking, you've left something out here.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah.
When 1 + 1 doesn't equal 2.
Yeah.
There's an omission.
Trust. A mitigation. A mitigation.
Yes, indeed. Yeah, that's it. That's all I had for.
Okay.
Let's
see what I've got. All right. Okay. All right. First, should we start with a simple one? So there's a company that's giving away free TVs.
Oh, there's nothing free in this world.
But right. So basically what it is like a flat screen or whatever, a big one, but then it's got a little, like a bottom panel that runs alongside it. Yeah. And they're showing like, oh, look, you can keep like stats on sports. Like, or like underneath it will say like, I don't know, football, this is the league, this is who just won, like little updates. So it's like, oh, that's cool. But now what it's going to do is run ads. Oh. So obviously the advertising spend has covered the cost of the television. Yeah. So they're giving it to consumers for free. But the exchange is obviously there's terms and conditions for accepting anything. But I'm sure it's like you have the right to monitor this information 24/7. You have the right to all the access. You're probably signing yourself away. And what if it's got cameras? What if it's listening to you? Like, what are you really letting it do? Here's my issue. Only poor people are going to be interested in that.
Yeah.
Only poor people and businesses. The businesses, that's useful. I mean, play your little knick-knack tallywhacks on the screen in a pub and have advertisements running underneath. If you like being invested by, I don't know, Coors or Kronenberg or some beer company, and they're, showing it, that makes sense. Like for poor people, we're basically just monitoring the poor.
Yeah.
And you're just overloading the poor with, spend your money, what you've got, spend it with us, spend it here, spend it there. You know what I mean? It's just like predatory.
Yeah.
And I think stuff like that should just be wiped out. Like, how's that legal?
you will own nothing and be happy.
Yes, that's the WEF.
Yeah.
World Economic Forum's, fucking moral compass, if you can call it that, lack thereof. But yeah, so that's just the simple one. And then I've got an issue with Ray J's recent interview. So he went on like News Nation in America, Chris Cuomo's show. He was like a political figure or whatever, or ex-mayor. I don't know what the fuck he was. I think he was the mayor at some point or some shit. So I don't know. I'm not American. But he's in there and they're asking him about Diddy and and this motherfucker's sitting there dressed in a suit like, well, I don't think it's time to tear anyone down. I think it's a time for unity.
Yeah. When they say it's time, it's time.
Do you know what I mean? And like he's going like, did you know Diddy was like this? And meanwhile, we all know there's been like 25 years of photographs and parties and like music videos and fucking stupid promotional things, just them two together doing like, they're obviously close friends.
Yeah.
I mean, no, I didn't know anything like this. No, bamboozled, basically. That's in just on live television, just completely just like, everyone's sitting there like, excuse me? Like, we get it, innit? Ray J, we might hear this or that. I mean, he was on fucking live radio threatening motherfuckers with booty goons. Saying they're gonna rape you. Like, I'm gonna send people to rape you. Like, on the Breakfast Club, remember that?
Yeah.
So it's like, who the fuck do you think you're fooling? And this is why people don't know these things, to ask you these questions. So at the end of the day, like, he's one of them too. I'm just gonna omit, like, everything. Because he's, like, a conspirator.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, like, I'm thinking you can't be called in as a, like, because you're either going to be called in, all of them, everyone, as many people as possible. This is the government, like, as a witness, or like, if you've made a deal, and like, if they find you in something, they'll probably say, okay, be a witness and inform us, bitch, and we'll give you immunity. Yeah. That's why there's no other co-conspirators yet. They're still investigating, even though, like, he's basically fucked for life already. So it's obviously a wired thing, and I'm just sitting here thinking, like, Ray J is he the CEO of Raycon? I'm not sure of the details, because he obviously started that company with a Chinese, like, he got a ton of Chinese investors. And not only did he start it, it is not some cheap made in China brand. Like, it's a premium headphone brand. Like, people actually don't mind advertising it because it's actually apparently good. Not that I've ever tried them. But, they sell them here as well, didn't they?
Yeah.
Good deals. Like, he had that. He's made a lot of money, I'm sure. Like, very understated. Because he does stupid little things, and he'll go on reality shows.
Yeah.
And the people don't take him seriously, but that's also a ploy. This motherfucker's a Capricorn. He's very, like, if he's got powers of manipulation. You know what I mean? That he could either use or not use. And he's fucking flexing that shit. And I'm sitting as a Capricorn myself, knowing that he's like between good and evil. I'm like, you either are on one side or the other. Because Capricorn's very black and white, if you've not noticed. There's not much grey area. You either have to, like, be interested in finding out that grey area as one. And I know you shouldn't be, like, horoscoping it as a Christian. I know there's things that I can't deny are, like, it's God's knowledge that it's been misappropriated or, like, worshipped in a sense. I don't worship it. I can notice traits in people. And for me, he's a dark horse, fucked up. And I just think of Brandy. I'm like, this poor girl ain't asked for no association. You know what I mean? She got fucked over by your girlfriend's family, Kim Kardashian, stole hundreds of thousands from her credit card. They settled it privately. She didn't go to the media. Bare people don't even know that. To start up their original stores on their TV show, they basically rinsed off Brandy and her mother's credit cards. With, like, black cards, like, hundreds of thousands.
Oh, wow.
Like, must have stole it from, like, how the fuck? Like, how'd you do that? And Brandy's classy, like, classic classy, talented as hell, like, beyond. And it's like, what are you doing? Do you know what I mean? If he's so bold, he's like, and he's trying to be even with it, like, yeah, unity, we need to think of the industry and making it better. And what are you talking about? But you're admitting that the industry is the devil and it's disgusting and evil because you know it.
Of course.
He could have said that. Like, this is the time to say that. And it's like, he didn't. He's done the opposite. So fuck Ray J. Just one wish, bitch. It don't make you fucking worth it. Trust me. If R. Kelly and all these people could go down and they're legendary in music, you ain't fucking nothing, especially next to your sister. So, in your fucking place. Do you know what I mean? So him. And then, yeah, Chloe Bailey is Beyonce's artist.
Yeah.
Very talented. I think singer, songwriter, producer, dancer, like all this shit. Actress, all of it. She was Beyonce's, not double, but she played baby Beyonce in Fighting Temptations.
Oh, okay.
The movie.
Oh.
Yeah. So She's been connected to Beyonce since
for a
4,
long
5.
time.
Yeah, interesting, man. So obviously she signed with her sister, Little Mermaid. Her sister was in Little Mermaid. But Chloe Bailey's like one of those talented artists. But when she put out her first album, because she signed to Columbia with Parkwood, which is Beyonce's label. Same label Beyonce signed to. They're like label mates, even though Beyonce's like the owner.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So the first album, I think, did well.
Yeah.
Quickly acclaimed, all of that. You can see in the music video, she was little Beyonce. But maybe going a little further than Beyonce could. Like, you tell it was like Beyonce approved. So the second album, she's recorded it in St. Lucia. I believe her godmother's St. Lucian. I don't think Chloe is, as far as I'm concerned. But like, as far as I know. But she's always there, always promoting the island. Just people like, St. Lucia? Where's that? Because I grew up my whole life, especially in England, people like, where's that? They don't assume like, oh, Caribbean or whatever. When you inform them, like, oh. Then they go online, they look it up, and that's just kind of a thing of being not from a rare place, but like a lesser known, obscure place that is very fucking beautiful. But like people like Jazz Festival is what it's known for, because it has the biggest jazz festival there every year. So anyway, so she's doing that. She recorded the videos there. She did the music there. You can tell with this album, she kind of followed her heart probably than what the label said.
Yeah.
So basically, her album just came out one day, just dropped.
Ooh.
And everyone's like, what? Sophomore album, like Beyonce's artist, and it's just out on YouTube. So here you go.
Really?
Like music videos, visualizers. Like every track has a visualizer, which is like she's filmed concepts for a music video. There might only be 1 or 2 scenes or a shot.
Yeah.
Like I don't know how to describe it.
A little taster.
You know? Yeah. So it's not a visual album, but it is. But it's not. Because I guess Beyonce could have given her that, but she hasn't. So with Beyonce, you could get them all on iTunes and they were attached to the songs or whatever in some way. But she hasn't done that. And then people are also saying, like, where's the fucking advertisements? Like, where is it? Only people following you on Instagram is going to know about this. And then you think, okay, she'll be at performances, TV shows, she'll be doing all that. No. So it's like, hold on a minute. You know, it's Beyonce sabotaging her protege's career for some reason. And it's like, why would she do that? No one to this day can make sense of it. But she recently was out on Instagram Live. And she said, guys, you know, I know you said I don't do performances now and da-da. She said, I'd love to. So I just filmed like 3 movies.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I just did this, I did la la. It's just like the issue is they're not clearing my budgets. Yeah, whether that's Parkwood or Columbia, she's not because it takes money for the performances, concepts, choreographers, outfits, sets. She's a girl too, so makeup, hair, everything's very expensive. But it's worth it. This is what they do. She should be on Jimmy Kimmel and coming over here and doing stuff because she's popular here too. And it's like, okay, now you need to leave. But it's like with this thing, it's like with Beyonce, everyone's got this thing where they can't talk about her.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And they
order.
Yeah. And like her and her sister always in interviews been grateful to Beyonce because obviously she's Beyonce, ain't she?
Yeah.
At the same time, it's like I've never seen when apparently their first deal was for like $1 million for 4 albums as a group. Yeah, as a duo. Her and her sister. That's nothing.
Yeah.
That's the basic. That's actually the basic standard record like deal. And I'm like, you've known this girl since she was 4 years old. What's that about?
It's business. It's business.
It's business.
Yeah.
To me, that's pimping her out. Like, what the fuck do you think you are? You know what I mean? She's not going to say that, but it's the first time I've ever seen her hint at anything like that. Like, criticizing, essentially, her situation. And everyone's like, oh. Like, if there's that reaction from the public, like, oh, doesn't that signal that there's an issue?
Yeah,
no artist should feel like that, you know? So, yeah, fans are saying it. You know what I mean? I've gone and look on her page and whatever, and it's like, I can see all the comments.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, clearly everyone else can. And I just think, no, like, these predatory situations, whether, like, yeah, she's been notable because of the Beyonce push, at the same time, she's very talented on her own. Like,
yeah.
You know?
She just needs to check her brakes before every drive.
You know what I mean? Stay in St. Lucia, baby girl.
Yeah.
Stay over there, because, you know, you found your place, and maybe that's a signal. But yeah, I just think it's really fucked up. And obviously, Beyonce, Jay-Z missing. Mm-hmm. When Beyonce did the GQ magazine, talk about her favourite, you know, DVDs or some shit. You know what I mean? They're just like, yeah, missing. No one knows where they are, what they're doing, so.
Well, all this Diddy stuff is not good PR.
No.
Not good at all.
Not good. You know? Yeah, so I just want to say that because, you know, Why not?
Yeah.
And I would think, what the fuck? And I don't care it's Colombian, I don't care it's Sony, and I don't care it's, I'm able. I don't care.
No.
I don't care.
Yeah, you gotta be careful. You gotta be careful.
God, Ione, we have the imprint over on this side too, just in case anything goes wrong.
Trust me. It's complicated checking the brakes of every car before you get into them. Very complicated.
But yeah, that's my vexed moments for the week.
So apparently Dodi Al-Fayed, they're coming out the woodworks.
Oh, Dodi?
Rape allegations, yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Dodi?
Mm-hmm.
What, after all these years?
Yeah, after all these years.
He's about to croak?
Yeah.
Okay, let me not say that, but like, he's old.
Yeah. Yep. And
I don't buy it. I don't know why I'm saying that.
See?
Away with his mouth for a long time and I wanted nothing. Why? Because it's true. But I feel like they might be sticking it to him now.
Yeah.
What's he said recently? Maybe something too far?
Well, do you know he's never actually stopped pushing for the reviews and, let's really get into the intelligence field of what happened with his, his son and their daughter.
Mm-hmm. And potential grandchild.
Yeah.
Because he swears by that.
Yeah. But of course, his visa applications and applications for British citizenship has all been denied.
What?
He's ended up selling Harrods.
Guys, this is the owner of Harrods.
The ex-owner. He sold it.
I know, yeah.
Yeah, he sold it.
No, I can't remember who owns that. Saudi Arabians, that's it owning.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is Harrods.
Yeah.
This is Harrods.
Harrods of it's not Knightsbridge, is it?
Yeah, Knightsbridge.
Oh, is it?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he owns like a lot more.
Yeah.
He's very powerful secretly, and but quite humble energy. He's always had a humble energy, which I've enjoyed. And his cheekiness, you know what I mean? He really don't care. But yeah, like he has a staple in the British like history that people, you can't just erase, which is interesting. Probably they're trying to do that.
Yeah, they can silence the situation, but
yeah,
this all happened on the wrong side of the 90s.
Yeah.
It seems like most things before the 80s can be expunged, but since the digital age of, a blog post, post over here or over there, even if it falls in the category of conspiracy, they tend to be well written enough that you can take source material and research and find out that, okay, this is actually tied to a true event or a historical fact, whereas obviously at this point it's just a matter of tying up the loose ends before
because loads of people have like come out in it and like intelligence or whatever, like it was people in it, staff and all sorts who have backed him and everything he said.
Yeah. And of course,
lords and ladies,
every other day someone's popping out the woodworks regarding Prince Andrew.
Oh my god.
Yeah, every other day.
The defame.
Yeah.
Prince Andrew.
Yeah.
But the former. I wish. Why is he still a prince? That's disgusting.
Unfortunately.
They're a dwindling bunch, you see.
Yes.
But they're not really.
My queen and her first son have a heavy hand to play.
Let's take the castle. Let's run the castle. So which one? Fuck's sake. You know what I mean? All the homeless on the street and they've got these empty castles. Opening them once a month for fucking tourism and that's about it.
Yeah.
Terrible
stuff.
Terrible. What's happened? What do they do with the dungeons of all of these castles? The dungeons.
I don't think it's just sitting empty, or it might be new interrogation rooms for MI6.
The only public one I knew was the London dungeons, you know what I mean? Like,
every castle has a dungeon.
Exactly.
Yeah, all of them.
Yeah, and that shit was stowing in. Like, you can't really remake a dungeon unless you like putting up plasterboard and shit. You know what I mean? It's just built as a prison.
Yeah.
And a torture chamber,
Yeah. The old cellar.
And if you knock it down, you collapse the whole thing. They wouldn't do it.
No.
Check the dungeons.
I think the only one is palaces don't have dungeons. If they do, it's one of those additions where they needed those quarters in the palace, but the riffraff don't make it to the palace.
Got you. Yeah.
The riffraff goes to the castles, the stocks, yes,
and the noose. The noose. Oh god. But yes, I guess that's the bit. Oh, yeah, so rest in peace to Tito Jackson, of course.
Yes.
That was a shock and a horror. But yeah, God bless the Jackson family, And also Fat Man Scoop, yeah. He died on stage. Apparently most artists, that's their dream, funny enough.
Really?
To die on stage, yeah. Doing what they love the most.
That's incredibly selfish.
And like in front of everyone and
There could be children in that crowd.
Oh yeah, it's meant to be
Traumatized.
iconic and scarring, you know. Remember me. All of that, it is very selfish, yeah.
Don't people shit themselves after death?
Yes, yeah.
You want to go in that moment and have half the world just witness you shit your britches.
Me, yeah. And piss, yeah.
Just fill it up with excrement.
Yeah. That's quite sad, but yeah, I'm sure he was, iconic. They're both iconic in different ways, but yeah. God bless them.
Yes, indeed.
I'm trying to think of what there is. Oh, yeah. So I got a new remix. So a song All On Me, there's a new remix there. You can go stream that everywhere. Oh, I mentioned that podcast I did on Spotify, and I didn't even say the name. It's called The Curation with Saint, only on Spotify. 8 episodes. Yeah, I think that. Oh, obviously October is the Japanese EP, Shining Moments. So pre-save that, and that's it from me.
And that is it from us here at Vexxed Uncensored Podcast.
Right, guys. We'll see you in a couple of weeks.
This podcast was produced by Planet Vexxed.